All right, let's talk about the two massive engines that power pretty much everything in our society, the private sector and the public sector. Now, I know they sound like a couple of dry terms you'd find in an economics textbook, but trust me, they're the invisible forces shaping everything from the phone in your hand to the park down the street. And really understanding them, that's the key to understanding how our world works.
Just think about your day so far. That coffee you grabbed, the app you used to order it, the road you drove on to get to work, the laws that make that road safe. Literally every single thing we interact with, every service we rely on, it all comes from one of these two places.
But here's the wild part. Even though it all seems so incredibly complex, it really just boils down to these two fundamental categories. So what's the big difference between them? Well, let's get into it. Okay, first up, let's meet engine number one, the private sector. This is the one that probably pops into your head when you hear the word business.
So what makes the private sector tick? It's really about two key things. First, it's owned by private individuals or shareholders, not the government. And second, its main goal, its entire reason for being, is to make a profit. We're talking about everyone from a global behemoth like Apple all the way down to that local cafe you love on the corner.
Now let's shift gears and look at the second engine. This one runs on a completely different kind of fuel. This is the public sector. And here's where things are totally different. The public sector is owned and run by the government. Its goal? Not profit, but public service. This is the world of police departments, public schools, the military, the post office, all the organizations designed to provide essential services to everybody. So, this gets us to the absolute heart of the matter. The biggest difference between these two sectors really just comes down to that one thing, their primary goal. Is it profit or is it public service? Because that one little difference changes absolutely everything about how they work.
You know, the source material puts it perfectly. Different goals lead to different operational strategies. That one sentence is the key to all of this. Let's break down how that plays out with things like funding, competition, and even the kinds of jobs they offer. Just look at this breakdown. The private sector, it is laser focused on maximizing profit. Success is measured by things like ROI, return on investment. Basically, for every dollar you put in, how many do you get back? But the public sector, totally different game. It's all about serving the public interest, and success is measured by things like social well-being and making sure everyone has fair access to services.
And this difference in motivation, it creates this massive ripple effect that changes everything, from where they get their cash to how they even think about competition.
Take funding, for instance. Private companies live and die by their sales, by getting investments, by taking out loans. It's all tied to the market. The public sector, on the other hand, is funded by us, the taxpayers. That money comes through our taxes, and then it's divvied up through government budgets and grants.
This image just nails the vibe of the private sector, right? It's like a high-stakes racetrack. Companies are in a constant battle to be faster, more efficient, and more innovative than their rivals. If you can't keep up, you're out of the race.
The public sector just flips that whole idea on its head. I mean, for things like the fire department or the court system, you don't want competition, right? You want consistency. You want reliability. You want it to be there for everyone. So it often operates as a monopoly on purpose, to make sure there's universal coverage.
And this split even trickles down into our careers. A job in the private sector might have that allure of a big performance bonus, of climbing the ladder really fast, but it often comes with more risk. A public sector job, on the other hand, usually offers the anchor of job stability and solid benefits, all built on a more structured system. Okay, you think you've got it? Let's do a quick check. A tech startup is building a brand new AI app. Private sector or public sector? What do you think?
You got it. It's private. The key clues there are innovation, competition, and of course, the end goal of making a profit. All right, good stuff. How about this one? The local fire department is racing to put out a fire. Which sector does that fall into?
That one's public, for sure. It's a textbook example of an essential service that's funded by our taxes, with one single mission: to protect the community. Here's another really useful way to think about the difference. It's all about the kind of goods they provide. Are they private goods, just for you, or public goods, for everyone? And this analogy just makes it so simple. A public park is a classic public good. Why? Because you can't really stop anyone from using it, and if you're enjoying the park, it doesn't stop someone else from enjoying it too. But your private backyard, that's a private good. It's yours, it's exclusive. That's the difference right there. So it's easy to think of these two sectors as being total opposites, maybe even rivals.
But what's really fascinating is what happens when they actually decide to work together. This is where we get something called a public-private partnership, or PPP for short. And the whole goal is synergy. You're trying to combine the speed and efficiency of the private sector with the mission and oversight of the public sector to hopefully get the best of both worlds.
And you see these partnerships all over the place. When a private company builds and operates a toll road for the government, that's a PPP. Or think about NASA partnering up with SpaceX to get to orbit. It's used for all sorts of things, from building hospitals to driving huge innovation. Now, of course, they come with their own debates about who's really in control and who benefits, but it's a powerful tool.
So all of this leads to a final, really big question. On one side, you've got the private sector's incredible drive for profit and innovation. And on the other, you've got the public sector's commitment to stability and serving everyone. So what's the perfect mix? What is the ideal balance between these two powerful engines to create an economy that's not just rich, but also fair and healthy for everyone? That's the really important question to chew on.